So I was getting ready, obviously, for the Harry Senior fight in November, and then there was talk of Tyson coming to Europe because Tyson had the Bofa fight, and that was a fight that was in that's what they said, it was controversial. I was actually went to a watch along of that fight up in town. So we watched the fight, and people were saying, "Oh, obviously I'm champion and whatever." And people saying on the night, I remember people saying, "Oh, Julius, when are you going to fight with Tyson? When are you going to fight Tyson?" I had no idea that Tyson had any plans to come to England. So later on, I don't know when it was mentioned or when it was muted, that he was coming over to England. So my manager comes to me and says to me, "Oh, Julius, look, Tyson's coming to England or Tyson's coming to Europe. Would you fight him? And you don't have to ask, as a fighter, you shouldn't have to ask twice." And I looked, "Oh, of course I'll fight him. Why wouldn't I?" And basically, that's my response. Why wouldn't I fight him?
So it was ultimately that answer led to
and it
the
weren't
first
a case
offer being
of,
accepted and the
yeah,
fight just going ahead.
basically, Frank saying,
this is what you're
at
getting.
first it was he came to me with an offer of $250,000, $250,000, and you got to remember, I've never seen that kind of money in my life. So, but I'm like, no, because that's low. That's not, But so he goes, because actually, which I, looking back now, these are all strange things, because he came to my house to talk to me about that. So there's that should have been one red flag. Then leaving the house to go and do the negotiations, that's the second red flag. To go and talk to whoever, and then coming back 5-10 minutes later, whatever, and saying yes, that should have been the third red flag. 3 red flags, then you're meant to jump out. But then, again, like I say, I wasn't never money orientated in the game. I never came into the game saying I'm going to be a multi-millionaire, and I would imagine that those who do come into the game saying they're going to be multi-millionaires, you've got to be kind of either super special or very deluded, because it's not the easiest of games to make money.
The build up to that fight with Mike Julius, did you sense when you was in and around it that was on another scale? You felt that superstardom around it? Did you ever get caught up in it at all?
No, because for me, look, seeing Mike, and I think I watched it on TV, obviously, Mike in Brixton, and the furore that was around that. People have to understand that I would have been, if I wasn't the guy that was fighting him, I'd have mostly been in one of the guys in the crowd trying to see him, because I was a fan. 1986, when Tyson won the world title as the youngest heavyweight champion, I watched him fight. Me and my best friend John sat in his place and watched the fight. He turned around and said to me, "You could fight this guy, you could beat this guy." And I'm like, and he's saying it in all honesty. And I'm saying, like, "John, no way, that's not going to happen. It's never going to, because our worlds are so far apart." Yeah? This is 1986. I don't meet Tyson until 2000. I've got still, how many years? That's
14.
Yeah. All that time, I haven't yet boxed or won anything. I'm in and out of prison, stabbing, this, that, and the other. All these different things happening to me in my life. But he's a world heavyweight champion. So we're on different stratospheres. It's never going to happen. And then in the year 2000, the year 2000, I actually stepped into the ring with him. So remember what I said to you about putting a pound on yourself to, if something was gonna change your life. That could have been it. If I put a pound on myself and the bookies say in the year 2000 Julius Francis is gonna fight Mike Tyson, what would the odds have been? Astronomical.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have given me odds. They would have just said you're delusional. Fuck off.
With the build-up, there's one photo I love looking at, and it's when you're facing off with him with the glasses, the hat, your headphones on.
I had my headphones on. Yeah.
What? Talk to me about that. Like, you're zoning in, you're looking at him. What is it? Is it to cover up so you don't show any fear, or?
No, there's one thing that I wish I had done, and that people would see to see my eyes. I wish I'd taken off my sunglasses because I wanted them to see that I wasn't feared of him. The thing with Mike and the thing what Frank did during my camp, I was based down at Aldershot, so training at Aldershot was away from the general public. So that was good. Every day Frank came to the gym or down to Maida, he would say to me, Tyson done this to his opponent. Tyson done that to one opponent. By the time I was facing Tyson, by the time I got to Manchester, I couldn't stand the name. I couldn't stand hearing the name Mike Tyson because it just drove me mad. I just wanted to, Frank, and I wish would have said to Frank, because I didn't hate him, but I disliked this man, and I wasn't feared of him, and the thing was with me. When they announced the fight, when they announced to say Julius Francis is going to be fighting Mike Tyson, that was announced at the press conference in a hotel in Mayfair. So I have to go to Mayfair, take photographs, blah, blah, blah. I'm sitting there in front of all the cameras and the press and whatever, and they're asking me a few questions. And then after the press conference, there's a cardboard cutout of Mike Tyson in the ring, a life-size cardboard cutout of Mike Tyson in the ring, where it's just black and white, big black and white photo. It's a life-size photo. So they say now, they're taking photos, and they go, Julius, one reporter goes, Julius, go and stand next to the cutout. Yeah. And that's the first time my heart went like that, boom. My heart nearly jumped out my chest. Because now I'm going, fucking hell, I'm actually fighting this guy. And that's the first and only time. Oh no, the first time I was feared. I was scared. The second time I was scared, and I had fear, wasn't necessarily because of Mike. It was when we got to Manchester. The evening we got to Manchester, we pulled up. We had about a 16-seater bus, whatever, coming from Aldershot, and we pulled up. And I didn't know, unbeknownst to me, we pulled up round the corner from Tyson's hotel. I've never been to Manchester. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just, So we get to Manchester. The guys say, all right, come, let's get out and go for a walk. Whoever it was, I don't know. We get out the minibus, walk round the corner, Tyson's hotel. Apparently, and I didn't see him. I'm facing this way and then the crowd. Tyson's up in the window in the hotel, waving and talking to the crowd, calling down to the crowd. I walk round the corner, people are gone, there's Julius Francis, right? So all of a sudden, I don't know how many people was there, 1,000 people, 3,000, whatever. I've got all these people trying to touch me, grab me, blah, blah, blah. That's when I get scared now. There's a police van just over there. My guys kind of corral me, get me onto the step of the police van. So I'm on the back step of the police van. People pushing. Julius, scream, man. Anyway, one of my guys just throws me up onto the top of the van. So now I'm on the van, I stand up on top of the van, I'm waving at the crowd and all this. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I didn't know that Mike Tyson was up in the window there. I never knew. I promise you, I never knew. And then, so all the attention apparently was taken away from him to me now. So then anyway, because it does get messy, so they have to drive away. The police van drives away
With you on top.
with me on top of the police van to wherever we went, and then we have to go back to my hotel. It was crazy. That was the only other time I was feared. But facing him and looking in his eyes, when we had the press conference, I remember being at the press conference where we go face to face. And because I've got all this, what Frank has been saying to me and angst about, and I was like, if he says anything, we will fight on stage. Because I'm not scared to throw hands. So, that's how it was. So Tyson's coming in from over that way, and Crocodile's coming in saying, "Oh, Tyson, he does this and that." Mark, my trainer, was already het up and pissed off anyway because he don't like Crocodile. And so Tyson comes up on stage, and I'm saying to myself right now, if he comes up on stage and he stands over me, then he's won. You know, that's psychologically he's won. So as he comes up on stage, he's come up there. So as he gets up, so I stand up and make myself as big as and I'm there like that. My hands down by my side, but I'm kind of ready to kick off because I know that's what Mike Frank has been saying to me all camp. Mike does this, Mike does that, Mike says this, Mike says that. Fuck Mike, as far as I'm concerned, because you're my enemy, you know. But he comes up and he doesn't say anything. I think he might have said hello or whatever, and that was it. But doesn't say anything. He's pleasant. He's whatever he is, and we go face to face like that, you know. But as far as I was concerned, the only thing I wish I did is take my glasses off so the people could see my eyes, because I wasn't feared of him.
With the fight itself, Julius, what do you remember?
He hit fucking hard.
Yeah.
What do I remember? I remember training for the fight and going, Mark saying to me, this is what he's going to do. He's going to come at you and he's going to do this, bam, bam, bam. And he does it. That's what he does. Comes out, steps left, steps right, wham, hits me with the right hand. First punch he hits me with his right hand. And in my head I'm going, who the fuck are you hitting? That's what going through my head. Who the fuck are you hitting? You're not meant to be hitting me. You're not allowed to hit me. So that's when we get into it, and that's how the fight is. You know, he hits me, and then we just go at it. And I say this, I won't let people bully me. You know, I was bullied as a kid. Now I'm not gonna let people bully me. But yeah, he hit hard. I'm not afraid to admit that he hit hard. Yeah. Julius! Klitschko, big puncher. Tyson again, a big puncher. When Tyson hit you, you know you've been hit. The National Front was big, getting bigger. In Woolwich especially, we're fighting. Then I start getting into like shotting, as they say now.
It's when you're facing off with him with the glasses,
the
hat, your headphones on.
I had my headphones on. I wish I'd taken off my sunglasses because I wanted him to see that I wasn't feared of him.
With the fight itself, Julius, what do you remember?
He hit fucking hard.